seen this footage before?
Yeah, YouTube.
You've seen it before? Pigs specifically, or just like animals in general?
All of them.
Yeah. Just kind of like nothing new, sort of.
To me.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Yeah. What do you think about it? Think it's good?
I think I'll let you answer that question.
If I think it's good, I don't.
And I'll let you answer that question.
I don't think it's good.
Of course I think it's good.
You don't think so? I mean, you'd be surprised, man. Like some of the conversations I've had, people will fight tooth and nail to defend this stuff. Maybe you're surprised to hear that, but yeah.
See that other group over there?
Right in the corner?
That coincides with the truth as to where we are. That actually answers this.
Can you tell me more?
Well, basically, it's the whole system.
Right.
From the top to the bottom.
Yeah.
Man is wicked.
Right.
And that are inherently.
Yeah.
So over there, they will tell you or show you scripturally that this all has to be brought to an end from a higher source that you and I, because man, this is all corruption, right? It's greed. There's many things behind it.
Sure.
And you can be out here for eternity. If you were doing this 50 years ago, it would still be the same today.
Mm-hmm. There are an endless list of atrocities around the world, right? You could say that. You could say gang violence. You could say genocide in Myanmar. You could say child sex trafficking. Right? I mean, where do we? We could do that all day, right? I'm sorry. Let me tell you something that sets this apart, in my opinion. Okay. I'd be curious what you think. That list I just described, what can you do? Right? Child sex trafficking, despicable, abhorrent. What can you do? What can I do?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. Well,
this is happening because people like you and me, we perpetrate this 3 times a day when we go to the grocery store or sit down for a meal, and we buy meat or eggs or dairy. We fund this. We create this industry with our dollars. Without money, this doesn't exist. It's supply and demand.
Again,
would you disagree?
I'm going to disagree.
Okay.
I'm going to disagree that I'm not a perpetrator of anything. Again, this is an entire system.
Right.
Okay. It's bigger than this. This is one, right? And then you name all the others.
Right.
Okay. So when I just talked to you, this is your baby. This is what. But and then somebody else's. This will be their baby. You get where I'm going?
Oh.
Atrocities. So
yeah.
As putting it all in one nutshell, how is it going to be eradicated? Is the bottom line.
Sure.
Okay. That's where.
Let me tell you.
The answer is right over at that desk.
I wouldn't disagree with that desk.
Okay. Well,
so would you say that their message sort of resonates with you? Like their message in the corner at that table is a resonating message for you?
It's a resonating message that has the answer. You want an answer. There's the answer.
Is it a specific religion there?
Yes.
Which religion? Is it Christianity?
Yeah, well, we can step over.
Yeah, okay.
I know I'm being taped over there.
That's okay. No, I'll walk with you.
Let's just step over.
Sure.
Hello. Oh, hello. How are you, sis?
Yeah. How are you?
Good. Brother Pointe, how are you? Good. Well, this young man was talking to me about, the so on and so forth over there. And I was pointing over here to saying, that's one issue, and then there's many others. And to put them all in a nutshell, the only way to eradicate it is over here. So he wants to know, because you're at work, and I don't want to take away from good time, even though I could count it, it's okay, to give him the short scriptural, let you handle it from there.
Okay.
Are you going to walk away now?
No, I'm going to stand right here.
What did you want to know?
I'm not sure. I can tell you
what was your question to me before we came over?
I think I asked you if it's a specific religion that was over here. Is it specific?
Yeah, we are Jehovah's Witnesses.
Jehovah's Witness.
Okay, right.
Yeah. Would you also align yourself as identify as a Jehovah's Witness?
Of course.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
what you over here.
in that religion, there is a God, right? And is that God like a benevolent, loving God?
Yes.
And did that God create all life on this earth?
Of course, yes.
So here's my question then for you. Why would a benevolent, loving, all-knowing God create animals to experience a range of emotions like happiness, pain, anxiety, to create them to suffer if he intended us to inflict suffering upon them?
Well, as you know, if you have read the Bible, in the beginning, Jehovah creates everything and everything was good. He created animals
Yes.
for us to enjoy them. But what happened? Our first parents, they failed.
In the Garden of Eden, you mean? Is that?
Yes.
Yeah.
They failed.
I'm sorry? So did anybody eat animals in the Garden of Eden?
Yeah, we do animals.
They actually didn't eat animals in the Garden of
At the
Eden.
beginning, no.
No one ate animals in the Garden of
But
Eden.
that's why at the beginning wasn't. But you have to know what happened. Jehovah,
I'm totally with you.
Jehovah. I'm looking in Spanish, so I will translate it to you in English, okay? Jehovah told him
So basically, while she's looking the scripture up, it's in Genesis. The deal is, when they got off the ark, there was nothing, right? Everything was barren.
Yeah.
Okay. He gave them a very specific
Okay.
order, and here it is.
Here it is. I'm going to translate it in
Right
English,
after the
okay?
flood.
Right.
Give me 1 second.
I feel like I'm totally with you guys
Okay,
up until now.
but
Yeah.
follow along.
Yeah.
There's reasons. Follow along.
And okay, every moving animal that is alive may serve as a food for you.
Sure.
Okay. So not only the vegetation, there wasn't too much things to eat, so that's why they let them know. They
Completely.
get the permission
Right.
in that moment.
I understand.
And since then, we start eating meat.
Right, I understand,
Okay?
yeah.
Now, there is one thing that you kill an animal for you to eat, and there is something different if you want to kill an animal just
Totally
for
with you.
fun.
Totally with
So-
you. I totally with you.
Yeah.
Now here's a question for you. You said that the timing of that scripture was important, right? When was it? When was that said?
That was after the flood.
And why was it said then?
Because
Why
Said-
then?
Look, he said, every moving animal that is alive may serve you as a food for you.
Yes, but you said that was when there was nothing else to eat, right?
Yeah, but
Right? I'm just saying what I heard you say.
but he let us eat the animals.
Right, in a time of need.
Yeah, but
So
he-
what I'm hinting at is that now we've been given what I see as a gift, which is the luxury of choice. We now live in a world where 3 times a day we can choose between breakfast, lunch, and dinner violence or not,
Okay, let me
inflicting
ask you this.
harm or not.
Let me interject.
We have that choice, which they didn't have.
Yeah, let me interject you a quick point. Are you smart? So do we know better than him as to when he gave them the command? Because remember, there was nothing to eat.
I'm just saying what you said. He
Okay.
gave the command because it was a time of need.
Yeah,
Yes,
he gave us
I'm
the
just- that's what you told me.
Going
Yeah,
forward.
going forward.
Going
He doesn't say
forward.
until now.
But you know, it doesn't dictate you have to eat animals.
Excuse
No.
me.
It's giving you the choice, right? We have a choice. We're on the same page about that. So I'm asking you why in your life you would choose to inflict harm when you don't have to.
Excuse me. Let's go back here.
I mean, it's,
But here isn't you. Like I'm asking about the choices you make every day.
Excuse me. It's okay. We're coming from a scriptural point to show that even though you don't like the manner in which they're killing, and it is hard to look at.
talking about
Okay, that is hard to look at. But at the same time, it's a package. Remember I said there's a total package of what we see animals tearing each other up,
Yeah.
etc., for their survival.
Yes.
Because now he instinctively put it in, that's God now, putting it in the animals to now feed on each other, whether it's fish or animals on the ground today. Okay, that's instinctive that he put in them. Was it that way originally? No. They were in harmony.
what's your name again? I'm sorry.
Benny.
Benny.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. Also, let me tell you, like I was saying, explaining to you, this is a command that Jehovah gave us, and He hasn't tell us stop. But there's going to be a day sooner, it's going to be a new world, a new system of life where we're not going to be eating more animals.
Right.
So, but it's good. But meanwhile,
The really interesting thing is that the only thing stopping us from getting there are our choices we make every day.
I mean,
we can stop now.
I mean,
why wait?
No, if you want to, that's your option.
Right.
That's your option. If I want to eat meat, I would eat it. I mean, that's everybody's option. You
Right.
know? It's not. The thing is that a lot of people, and I agree with you, they kill just for fun.
Right.
And I understand that that's not good. But if you're hungry and you have the permission to eat a chicken,
Right.
and you kill because you're hungry,
I agree.
your body's hungry,
I agree with you.
So you understand?
Oh, I actually agree with you.
Yeah.
But what if you're hungry and you have a choice between killing a chicken or eating something without? What if you have a choice?
But let me tell you something. Sometimes that choice is very expensive.
Well, that's a good point too. But actually, the cheapest foods on the planet are foods that don't involve hurting animals. Rice, beans, pasta, tomato sauce, vegetables. These are very cheap foods,
Yeah,
right? So we do have a choice.
Yes, I'm not saying that. That's what Jehovah gave us choices. Jehovah told us He doesn't want us to love Him just like that. He decided, okay, you want to love me? This is what I am. You don't want to love me? You follow that. I mean, you do whatever you want in your life.
But even if he said that, he did not say you have to. You don't have to eat them. So why would you choose to if you could eat something without harming an animal? Why would you choose to cause harm if you didn't have to?
I don't know. I cannot answer that question.
Well, maybe it's something to think about.
But like I said, I mean, I have the choice. I love chicken. I eat chicken.
Yeah.
That's my choice.
You love the taste of it?
I love chicken.
Right. What was your name again?
Ampy.
Benny.
Benny.
Benny. Yeah, it was nice. Thank you for sharing your viewpoint with me as well. I appreciate it.
Did you get some satisfactory general answer now?
I mean, I understand your perspective. I personally find issue with using scripture as a justification to inflict harm on another.
Well,
and that's what I see happening here.
Well, let me say this to you. I'm sorry, what's the name again?
Benny.
Benny,
Yeah.
Let me say this. The Bible is the instruction manual. We're not that smart. There is no other manual on the earth that will guide us.
But I don't think anything I'm saying goes against what your scripture says. The scripture does not dictate one must eat animals or eat animal products. You could be completely aligned with the scripture and not eat any animal products, right? And is that untrue?
A personal choice.
But is it a personal choice if your choice has a victim? Is it still personal?
Okay, you see, I'm listening to your verbiage, victim. Okay, and then so again, I'm going to go back. Like you already heard, there was a command, and let me tell you what. God's a lot smarter than you and me, and you know what the problem is? When we become arrogant and start to impose our emotional views on individuals that make choice. I was vegetarian hardcore for 16 years by a personal choice, and I was never against animal eating. My choice was I wanted to just give my body a break, do some cleansing, blah, 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 blah. And then guess what happened, Benny? Something very interesting happened. Year 16. And I used my God-given wisdom to kick in. You know what was happening to me?
Tell me. I don't know.
Okay, and I'm going to give you some real good info. I started having major oral issues. As a hardcore vegetarian, guess what let me ask you, since you're in the business, what was I lacking? What was I lacking that I could not substitute? There is no vegetable that was going to substitute. Give me that info.
I don't know what you're going to say.
Well, okay, then you see, knowing anatomy and nutrition will help you.
Tell me what it is.
It was essential amino acids and collagen.
Now that is interesting. You know what's interesting about that? Every single essential amino acid that the human body requires is found in plant sources.
That is absolutely incorrect.
Have you Googled that?
No, don't Google anything, okay? I'm not going to go from Let me tell you
why wouldn't I Google it?
You cannot get
what you're saying is factually untrue.
Okay, collagen can only be found.
Collagen is manufactured within our own bodies. Our bodies make it.
It starts to lessen.
It's like cholesterol.
It lessens as we age. That's why there's an industry called food supplements. And so rather than look, I was not getting it, and I'm in the Bible. Oh, you see that bag?
Yes.
You know them, right?
No, I don't know them.
Okay. If you're a vegan, you should know who Mega Food is. This is a plant-based company.
Okay.
Okay, and there is nothing that they have, no matter, and this is one of the premium brands, okay, of plant-based nutrition.
What would you say? What would you say if I told you that the American and British dietetic associations have deemed plant-based diet as appropriate and healthy for all stages of life, including pregnancy?
Okay, let me say this. I listen to my body.
Okay.
Well,
that's an emotional response. You were saying ignore emotional responses.
I told you physical. I was having oral issues.
Sure.
My teeth were starting to have complications.
Were you drinking dairy? Because dairy causes osteoporosis.
And not. I told you I was vegan.
You said vegetarian.
Okay, vegan, vegetarian. I'm old school. I'm 57.
Sure.
I know you don't think I look at.
You don't look 57.
Yeah.
You don't look
because
57.
of my knowledge and wisdom that Jehovah gave me, and just the good common sense that He gave me. So anyway, getting back to that mid-30s, I started to implement immediately. I went and had a meat dish. Guess what happened, Benny? I was getting all the essential amino acids,
Sure.
collagen, which can only be found in meat.
Including our own bodies.
Yes, again. But after 16 years, and I'm O positive, my blood.
Me too.
Okay. For me, genetically, African, O positive, my body was like, I need meat. And I ate it, and guess what? The oral issue went away.
You've got, if you've got a tricky argument ahead of you, because your argument does defy a lot of the science.
Well, anyway.
The modern science, not the science from 50 years ago, but the modern science on nutrition.
I deal with current, because everything changes. I don't always listen to science. I listen to my anatomy, and my anatomy said, like God gave the command, you need to eat meat.